What's up, savages? Terrence Popp here with another episode of Live from the Lair. And you guessed it, it is Thought Thursday, so we're going to be covering Thoughty McThought stuff. Now, Blake is filming a wedding, I guess, and it's ironic. He films weddings, and we do a show warning men not to get married. Who knew? Anyway, we got Jimmy Bones in the house to help us out.
Pushing the buttons as always.
All right.
But yeah, if you guys like the thumbnail that I threw together, we'll be getting into her here in a little bit. But if you haven't heard, this lady right here, she's running for political office in Virginia. Let's just say she's made some mistakes. We're gonna rip her to shreds.
All right, now let's do a little background here. First of all, okay, so this woman decided she was going to tickle the snot stick, get her snot pocket adjusted on camera. She willingly put it up there, and then somebody found it and brought it to, the rest of the world's attention, and now she's all butthurt about it. Huh. Well, what about that old saying that I've been hearing since the 90s? What is that? Oh, yeah. The internet is forever, God damn it. What are you thinking?
Forever.
Oh, my Lord.
But before we get into that little phrasing, I don't want to get into any of that. But got a couple things here we're going to cover first off here. But first of all, women are trending liberal, men are not. Who could
Are
have
you
seen that
shocked?
coming?
I'm not.
Young women are more likely to identify as liberal now than in any time in the past 2 decades, a trend that puts them squarely at odds with young men. Gee, I wonder why. 44% of young women counted themselves liberal in 2021, compared to 25% of young men, according to a Gallup poll data analyzed by the Survey Center on American Life. The gender gap is the largest recorded in 24 years of polling. The finding accumulates years of rising liberalism between the women ages 18 to 29 without any increase among their male peers.
All
Well,
right.
that's because their male peers are women these days.
Well, hang on. Well, first of all, as a man, and I remember as a child, going through school, and a little of this feminist bullshit was starting to get started back then in the 80s. But all of my friends, we were always on the calm, rational, logical side, and women were all, emotions and feelings. And I guess the liberal mindset appeals to them because the liberals cater to the feelings, and these women are just eating it up. And I'm going to tell you right now that when these women get in the real world and they have to face reality, and reality slaps them in the face and says, "I don't give a shit about your feelings," they are going to have one hell of a rude awakening. Of course, this is just my opinion.
Yep. Several societal forces have conspired to push young women to the left in recent years, including the hashtag #MeToo movement. Former President Trump, rising LGBTQRSTUV identification, and most recently, abortion policy. Slower cooking trends and marital status and educational attainment have also nudged the needle. I think there's a big generational shift that happens with Gen Z women who were really coming of age in the last 5 years, says Kelsey Christmershire, a sociologist at Oregon State University who studies gender politics. We need people to study gender politics now. Underwater lesbian basket weaving wasn't enough.
Yeah, you want to talk about useless degrees that these young people of today are getting fleeced for.
I wonder how much student debt she has because of the gender politics.
Probably a lot.
I'm going to be guessing anywhere between 80 and 120,000, give or take.
Give or take, yeah.
The rift between young men and women may widen further. Earlier this year, the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, a precedent that had protected abortion as a constitutional right for nearly half a century. The ruling has energized young women to be sluts. News released this week shows that 61% of young women consider abortion a critical issue, compared with 36% of all Americans.
A critical issue.
Critical issue, yeah. And every time I see the argument, oh, abortion is healthcare. What disease are you trying to cure with abortion?
That's right.
I'm still waiting on answers.
The loose, gay, butt twerking queer community in America wants to groom your children, and keep going with their mass genocide.
Yep. They
That's about
cannot.
as evil as it gets. You
They
know,
cannot. Yep. They cannot reproduce, so they have to recruit. She goes on to say, I would always choose a candidate that's pro abortion, says Rose Mejos, 21, a government major at Wesleyan University in Connecticut, who is an avowed liberal. Shocker. Almost everyone either knows someone who has had an abortion or has had one themselves. This is something everyone can relate to.
no,
Yeah,
no.
I'm gonna. Where's the bullshit flag at? God damn it!
Well, I'm serious. I mean, they're trying to normalize this. It's murdering children. That's the only thing I can call it. Genocide of the youth. And then
Yep.
they dare hide behind, it's my body, my choice, and I have a right to this medical treatment. Get the hell out of here.
And the share of men who identify as liberal has held fairly steady for the most 25 years, according to Gallup surveys. Roughly one quarter of men ages 18 to 29 term themselves liberal year after year. Meanwhile, among young women, liberalism has exploded. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, fewer than 30% of women identified as liberal. The liberal camp grew through the second term of President George W. Bush. It expanded further during the tenure of former President Obama. It reached 39% in 2017. With the inauguration of Trump in the last 2 years, liberalism has surged anew. And look at where it's gotten us.
Yeah, it's going to. I'm telling you, man, they're trying to make their feelings represented in the real world, and that's just not the case.
Yeah, my Fifi's wee.
And then you try to tell them this, and they literally just, it goes in one ear and out the other, and then they, call you a white supreme pizza and, vicious white man.
Yep. Or they lash out in violence, get arrested, get a slap on the wrist, and then get let out again to continue doing said violence.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man! But young women today are much more liberal than young men. Daniel Cox, wrote in June newsletter of the Survey Center of American Life, project of the American Enterprise Institute. His work documents a growing political rift between young women and men. Gee, I wonder why. Merhos attends a university long associated with both liberalism and activism. These days, though, she senses more of both among the women. In all my government classes, there are probably 2 men out of 18 people, she said. ACLU, fuck that place. That's mostly women. I'm wondering if women are maybe more inclined to be involved in the community, engaged in the community, and that liberalizes them. I'm sorry, but go to any PTA meeting that's happening these days with let's just say special books in them, and you'll see a staunch, it's pretty close to 50-50. But when a man goes up there to the microphone and reads the smut and crap that's in there, they get silenced, they get arrested, and they get thrown out. Oh, that's inappropriate. You can't be saying that, motherfucker. These are in the books that are in kindergarten classes.
Here's the thing that needs to happen. If you step up there and you have your 3 minutes to talk and you are reading the material that they're actually, pushing on the kids, and they say you can't read that and they kick you out of there, file a federal lawsuit for a violation of your First Amendment rights and go after them where it hurts in their pocketbook.
Yep. And there's actually been 2 instances that I've seen where they've kicked out black preachers so they can even throw in the racism card, since the left likes to throw, oh, you Yankee. You're stopping a black man from speaking his mind. Now who's the racist, huh?
Yeah.
Bastards. Ezra Meyer, 22, is a senior at George Washington University who leads the college Republicans. He is a conservative on campus that is overwhelmingly liberal and largely female. Shocker.
Oh, yeah.
In conversations with classmates about politics, he treads lightly. I'm sorry, but treading lightly is where we got today.
That's correct.
I'm not going to step on eggshells around anyone. I'm going to stomp into those eggs and make them a nice good old foot omelet.
Well, here's the thing. If you just tell the truth and if you know the facts, there's nothing they can do but, call you names and then maybe report you to get you like silenced or kicked out. That's it. That's all they got.
Well, it's not like that's happened or anything. Oh, wait, it has. If you haven't heard, Dove, the soap company, has signed on the 500-pound land whale that got a white girl kicked out of college because she misheard a race. I don't know the whole story, but a big fat black bitch got a white girl kicked out of college because she misheard something racist. So now of course, she's a BLM and an activist and all this other shit. Now she's being signed by Dove. So, ladies, gentlemen, anyone out there that uses Dove products, be sure to give them the Bud Light treatment.
Are they owned by Piss and Garbage?
Would not surprise me.
Okay.
Would not surprise me at all. But according Ezra quotes, my metric for deciding if I'm going to be friends with someone really does not come down to what their politics are, he said. It comes down on how tolerant they are. And the left is really tolerant, right?
Listen, it's getting to that point where you literally can't be friends with these people. You can't.
No.
Because, I mean, the minute they find out that you don't agree with their, Star Trek crazy mentality of feelings that are going to be facts, they get all stupid. You don't need that in your life. And also, you are the sum of the 5 or 6 people who are closest to you on the regular basis. And if you have a bunch of people around you who literally can't see and acknowledge reality, you don't need those people in your life. You really don't.
Nope. Cut sling load and march on. Meyer doesn't know whether the men at GW skew more liberal or conservative than women, but he has noticed a distinct trend among campus conservatives this fall. We've been doing a lot of recruiting of freshmen on campus, he said, and I would say overwhelmingly it's been male. The conservative females that do get involved, there's fewer of them, but they tend to be way more passionate and way more involved. And like we said, feelings and emotions is what drives a woman.
Yep, 100%.
Several factors have liberalized the nation's 20-something women. The most recent, perhaps the most powerful, is the hashtag #MeToo, an uprising against sexual assault, abuse, and harassment that caught fire in 2017. How I believe someone, I can't remember who it was, that said that they were in contact with someone that said they were in the know, saying that 80% of rapes and sexual assaults are false, and nothing gets done.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You're just figuring that out?
Yeah, color me shocked.
We've been talking about that for over a decade.
Yeah.
And, in the past, the powers that be didn't want to hurt people's fifis, so they labeled a lot of these false allegations as unfounded.
Yep.
That's how they got around it.
Yep. And there's an actor that's looking at 30 years to life because of these kind of incidents.
That's right. Not one. There's no witness, and there is no physical evidence, and it's over 20 years old. I mean, that's a travesty, miscarriage of justice right there.
Yep. The inauguration of Trump in the same year pushed more young women into the liberal column. 45th president battled his own Me Too allegations and proved uniquely unpopular among young female voters. Polling in 2016 showed that only 25% of women ages 18 to 34 favored Trump, compared with 40% of the same aged men. Well, I'm pretty sure that number has been flipping since this article has been read. The rise of liberalism among young women has also marched a space with a dramatic increase in young people identifying as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or queer. In a recent survey, 56% of young women reported exclusive attracted to men, while 3/4 of young men said they were solely attracted to women. prior to the research suggests the alphabet mafia Americans of all ages tend toward liberalism.
Mhm.
Shocker.
Well, that's all they can do because the liberals are basically eating up this whole alphabet mafia mindset, and it's going to collapse at some point. They just can't sustain that, and you cannot ignore reality for very long until reality shows up and kicks you in the ding ding.
Yep. And actually, there has been an update on that kind of end. There was a young woman here in my state of Nebraska. She is now suing one of the major hospitals at the university for pushing her towards the transgenderism instead of actually dealing with her, her thinking meat. No, we need to mutilate your body and all this and that. So she now is going to sue the pants off of them, and I hope she wins, and I hope that hospital gets shut the fuck down.
I would love to see that.
That would be excellent. Excellent.
I'm getting sick and tired of this stupid bullshit. Oh my lord.
Ridiculous. Several longer term trends that have fed the liberalization of young women as well. One is marriage. Marriage. The share of women ages 18 to 29 who are married has fallen by half in 20 years, from 31% in 2000 to 15% in 2021.
Wow, that is devastating.
Gee,
So
that's sick.
typically, when a woman gets married and after she has kids, and if she was a liberal, they slowly stop being such a bleeding liberal and move towards the center, if not to the right, because it's all fun and games until you got to pay the tax man.
Yep. The tax man always comes, and sometimes it's all over your face, neck, back, and thighs. The growing ranks of single 20-something women feel like a sense of linked fate, researchers say. They gravitate towards female friends and political views, whereas married women more often mirror the politics of their spouses, which is what it should be.
Yep.
Correlation between women's sense of linked fate and liberal political preferences suggests that the Democratic Party will benefit from declining marriage rates among young women. Kretschmer and two co-authors wrote in a 2017 paper for the Journal of Political Research Quarterly. They noted that women make up the majority of the population and vote at high rates. Maybe we ought to take care of the old 19th Amendment there.
Might have to. Well, I don't have a problem if women are going to vote if they have something to contribute. If they are on public assistance and they're taking more out of the system than they put in, I don't think you should vote. And that goes for men as well.
Yep. It goes for everybody. If you don't have any skin in the game, sorry, you get no voice.
There's no game for you.
Just gonna keep voting for free shit, and we have to pay for it. Let's see. Women also outpace men in educational attainment, a trend that dates to the 1980s. The ratio of women to men in college enrollment now stands at roughly 60 to 40, and it continues to grow. Americans who complete college are more liberal than those who do not. I'm sorry, but they are being indoctrinated, not educated.
That's right. And we've done several shows on this. Like literally 2/3 of all the classes that you take are to make you well-rounded. And it's really just in-doc. I mean, if you go to school for accounting, why do I have to retake a bunch of classes that I already took in high school just so I can get to the accounting classes, halfway through my sophomore year and then complete them on my senior year? That is ludicrous. It doesn't need to happen. And we need that whole system needs to change. And come on, underwater basket weaving. Even when I was in college, I had to do intro to they gave me the choice to intro to women's studies, or I could take intro to several other religions, and I took Islam and Buddhism. I refuse to take any of that in-doc female studies bullshit.
Yeah, fuck that noise. Ugh. But putting off marriage, going to college, entering the workforce, women are doing that at much higher rates than they used to, said Mark Hetherington, a professor of political science at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Oh, another place that we're familiar with and all that good stuff. Yeah, apparently there was another incident the other day, and people were fucking, oh my God, I mean, freaking out. Shut the fuck up. And all of those things are going to make conservatism and the Republicans significantly less attractive to women.
Good. Whatever. I mean, listen, it's just going to evolve into a two-way rifle range. And the liberals and the women on the left, they're not really going to be able to do much.
Yep. And with that last sentence there, we're gonna shit on that sentence there for a second, because conservative traditional men are more attractive to liberal women than progressive partners. Yes, they are. Pretty sure we got you guys have covered the New York Post side of this, but I found this one from BPR Business and Politics.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, the progressives are the ones that have like the fluorescent hair and all of the piercings and tattoos. Why, as a dude, would you invest the fruit of your labor into a poisonous tree frog? That is just stupid.
Well, Pop, I heard she's crazy. You know how what they say about the crazy chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are correct. She loves me. She's good people. She never do that to me, right? Get out of here.
Even progressives are put off by their own kind, at least when it comes to dating. An op-ed piece published by the New York Post, the author explained how difficult it is to date in liberal-leaning New York City. Using her progressive friend Mark as an example, she explained that not only is he well-educated, he's good-looking, donates to liberal causes, and goes to protests too. I wonder if he throws any Molotov cocktails or rocks or anything like that.
Here's the thing. What the hell are they protesting about? I mean, everyone's got a TV in their house. Everyone's, got lights. Most people have 2 goddamn cars. There is nothing a woman cannot do that a man cannot do in today's day and age. Why are they listen, they are too complacent, and to be honest, I think we're due for some interesting times to reset this insanity.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one, Pop. But going back to your question, what are they protesting about?
Mhm.
That's a good question, because apparently there was a large group of protesters in New York City earlier today blocking the entrance to the Citibank building. Why were they? I have no idea, but they damn near started beating on a woman trying to go in, just walking into the building. Of course, there's two guys there. They're soy boys, but they look like they at least took care of themselves somewhat. But yeah, they're sitting there, they're fucking yelling at her, shouting at her, pointing down at her. Feminism,
That's
feminists. We have a man, the patriarchy that you said you were going to destroy, shouting down to a hardworking woman who's going to work because she's strong and independent. She can take care of herself.
Yeah, I just wondered, what was that protest about? Okay, I'll have to look into it later.
Climate change. That's all. I saw the video and I was like, I'm not going to listen to it. I refuse to listen to them shrieking.
Listen, this people are starting to get sick and tired of all this bullshit, and it's going to get ugly. It's going to get to the point where these environmentalists sitting on the street blocking traffic, they're just going to get run over. People are just going to get sick of it.
Turn the radio up, put the hammer down, and ignore the bumps and screams.
I mean, I hate to see it, but I used to hunt human beings. I know human nature, and at some point that's going to happen.
Yep. Going back to hear this article, but the only problem is that he's still single and can't figure out why. I'm really open-minded and cool about gender stuff on dates, but I always feel like I'm walking on eggshells. Again, don't walk on eggshells. Smash them eggs into the fucking ground and make them a foot omelet and make them eat it.
Well, if you are a liberal dude, male feminist, and you are thinking you're going to date these feminists because you're one of them, you have another thing coming. They will not respect you. They will cheat on you, run game on you, take your shit, and then jettison you to, a world of humma woof woofs. And then maybe you'll take the red pill and unfuck your life.
Yep. And it's not like male feminists, abuse their, feminist, standing points to take a shot at some poon.
That's right.
No, they don't do that at all.
No, they're all about, playing the game to play the poon.
Yep. Mark, I should say. If I pay for dinner, it signals I don't value my date as my equal, so I'm super casual about it all. If she wants to pay or split it or whatever, that's fine with me. I see no problem with that.
No,
If you, but if you make the date, you should probably pay for it. But if you're like, hey, let's just meet up for coffee or whatever.
yeah, that's my policy. If I ask
Yep.
a woman out, I pay.
Yep.
Yeah. But usually I've met with her 2 or 3 times prior to an actual date, and so I've had women get all upset, what do you mean coffee? I'm like, forget it.
Yeah.
Never mind. Don't worry.
Yeah, I just met you. I'm, in your mind, you're like, I'm doing reconnaissance here just to make sure that, this may or may not be a good thing to do. As soon as she says, what do you mean coffee? Bye-bye.
Well, I mean, dinner for 2 at a medium priced restaurant with a couple drinks, it's $150 easy.
Yep.
And if I don't know you, you really think I'm gonna invest that kind of money into you? No. No, because you know what? You might be out of your goddamn mind. You might have a laundry list of red flags more than a communist parade, and I don't know it until I talk to you over coffee and I figure it out, and then I just ghost because you are not the person for me.
Oh, look, Space Ghost is on.
Yeah, and I'm out of, maybe I'd get a mocha for like 5 and a quarter. That's all I got invested in that whole transaction.
Yep. Get you a mocha and a donut.
I'm too old for donuts. They stick right to my ass.
See, but the author contends her friend's style isn't as attractive as good old-fashioned chivalry. I find it attractive when a man plans our first few dates and knowingly walks curbside when we're together. It signals he wants to protect me from passing traffic or rent puddle splashes. When I was a kid, my mom told me to always walk curbside, but I assumed that my generation of women would think that it's too old-fashioned. Mark responded, "No, I'm really confused."
But what you're saying right there is women want to play the, progressive, strong, independent, liberal woman, but then they want to have a man who still follows the code of chivalry. All right, ladies, chivalry is a warrior's code from the Middle Ages. Women and children are mentioned in it in 2 sections. It's a total of, I think, 4 sentences. So guess what? You have no idea what you're talking about. Right? Read the actual codes of chivalry, and maybe you'll get an idea of what that pertains to.
Yep. And he's confused for a good reason. No, he's just stupid. The progressive ideology pushing chivalry out the window is contrary to the female DNA, which yearns for protection, at least according to evolutionary psychologist and professor at the University of New Mexico, Jeffrey Miller, who penned the book The Mating Mind. It's a mismatch between what progressive women say and what they want, and they'll actually respond to. Miller said, women's instinctive preferences have evolved for hundreds of thousands of years for guys who are competent, strong, good providers, good protectors, and happy with sexual division of labor, he added. Women want decisive men who are also compassionate and thoughtful. An Iowa State University study from 2018 confirmed that women prefer more traditional men that act like conservatives because these men invest in the relationship by being protective, committed, and by providing resources.
So what you just said there is not all of these, but a majority of these women who are uber liberal progressives, at some point, they're going to have to link up with dudes who are conservative. And then usually, if it turns into a long-term thing, those women will adapt the values and mindset of the man they are with.
Yep. And this is just my opinion or my way of thinking about things, but most liberal dudes live with their parents still in the basement. And I don't think any chick wants to go back to his place and say, "We got to be quiet. My parents are asleep."
Or you get up in the morning, do you want some Captain Crunch? That's got to be one of the biggest turnoffs.
Yeah.
Want me to get you a bowl of Captain Crunch? What? Are we in the 5th grade? I'm out of here.
Yeah, no shit. Responses confirm that it's no shock that majority of who prefer men to make more chivalrous, traditionally masculine roles in the relationship. Yep, this is some of these tweets I've read, and they're hilarious. This guy says, they want to date men. Is that what I'm reading? Not effeminate men. Yep. And
Yeah.
Jay here, you mean a man with a backbone and integrity? Stunning.
Well, the man with a backbone will give a woman the best bone.
That is true. That is true. This is a time-tested set of behaviors, strategies, cultural norms that have lasted for centuries because they help find and keep good mates. And everybody knows this. Women in their heart know this, and men don't take them at their word. Yep. One Trump fan, David Goss, is helping to make dating great again by focusing on his new website, TrumpSingles.org.
You know what? Listen, when I was on Plenty of Fish and Match a few years back, after Trump won the election in 2016, so many of these women were like, if you're a Trump supporter, don't even bother. All right. So these women are north of 40. There's nothing left. There's not even low-hanging fruit left anymore. It's all fruit that's on the ground, infested with worms, bugs, and what have you. And half of that fruit is even worse because they supported Trump. Good luck with that.
Yep. And it wasn't just the older ladies. I was actually on I think it was Plenty of Fish as well, and I was on there too. And of course, it was, if you voted for Trump, don't even bother. And like,
Yeah.
I hate Trump supporters. And I'm like, all right, fine, have fun in Box Wine and Catland.
I was kind of, hey, let's put this out to the chat. All right, dudes, please send me screenshots of like women's profiles to the channel, redonkulas12gmail.com if you can. We'll blur out the face and the screen name, and we'll start rating them on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the best and 10 being the shittiest.
That sounds like a good time. That'll be a good Thought Thursday for next week.
Oh my God. Listen, ripping those apart it's hilarious.
Oh, it's good
I
times.
watch Better Bachelor just for the woman profile ripped down. That shit's great.
But going back here, his TrumpSingles.org helps conservatives weed out the type of confused progressives that might not subscribe to the more traditional dating roles that most people tend to prefer. At first, I was concerned that people would think it was just a parody site, said the 35-year-old conservative website developer. But people have told me that they're so happy they can finally go on dates without worrying about political differences. So next time you men are out on a date, buck up, open the door for your date, and pay for dinner without any questions. If she's offended, she's probably not your type anyway.
Yep.
Here's
another thing. If you're trying to get with a woman and she's walking around always offended, you are literally putting the noose of drama around your neck. If you stick with this woman and try to date her, don't do it.
Don't do it, man. It's gonna be bad time. Ugh.
Yeah, Yeah. Listen, God bless you for reading that. But you can see when you read these liberal articles, they always countermand each other. They log jam. They destroy their own argument towards the end. And I have no idea why they're still allowed to write these articles because they're absolute bullshit.
Yep. And speaking of bullshit, if it wasn't for double standards, women and liberals, well, they wouldn't have any standards. The double standards of dating 17 things women can do or can get away with that men can't.
Yes.
One, making the guy come to the girl. Let me paint a picture for you. It's late. Both parties are involved, are tired, want to spend the night together. After some back and forth, who is going where, which partner ultimately decides to make the move? The guy. He's showing that he wants her and for her to be comfortable, and he'll do whatever it takes to get her there. So she won't say no to that. No, she'll just call the cops in the morning, say she was raped by this man, and will destroy his life.
That's right. She's gonna call the cops and say she had a run-in with a rapper. Of course, we'll just change some of the vowels around, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. 2, teasing about his outfit. Most men don't take fashion personally and therefore won't be offended when women harmlessly make fun of their clothing or their outfit choices. Women, on the other hand, fully believe that their wardrobe is an extension of who they are, and thus they take their dressing very seriously. When a man teases her about her clothes, it's a very real and sensitive kind of insult. Men, please take note. Those high-waisted shorts she's wearing are meant for flattery, not diaper comparison. Honey, does this make me look fat?
No,
No,
you look fat.
Your fat ass makes you look fat.
Yeah, I used to get in trouble for that in the military when the female soldiers would ask me questions like that. I would just tell them the truth. Does my hair look okay? Yeah, it's a nice rat nest. And women get all upset. Like you do that to a dude, he's like, yeah, it's a good one, bro. Yeah. Yeah, fuck your mother.
Yeah.
Women get all butthurt about it, and then they run it up the flagpole, and you got to go talk to the sergeant major, and it's just stupid.
And you got to take sensitivity training classes.
I wish they had sent me to that. I really do. That would have been hilarious.
I wish I would have been a fly on the wall if he would have went through those. That'd have been hilarious. Oh God,
that would have been great.
That'd have been bad.
Somebody would have died of an aneurysm.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 3, being a terrible driver. We're not saying all women are bad drivers, but if a woman is, it's not a make or break quality. In fact, it legitimizes her excuse for not having to drive anywhere. If he's a poor driver, it shatters every race car. Ha, a palindrome. Yeah, stupid. Fantasy she's ever going to have of him. I'm sorry. I know dudes that are horrible drivers, and I will refuse to ride in a car with them.
I have a few friends like that myself.
Yeah.
They're exceedingly dangerous.
Bad times, man. Number 4, never initiating. Especially in the beginning when playing games is fairly common, women might feel too intimidated or needy if they are often as the ones to reach out. She wants you to be the gentleman and to express that you want her by asking her on a date. She won't text you first, but that's just because she expects you to. Once you're together, trust us, she'll return the favor.
Again, this is more of that chivalry shit. They want the dude to make the first move. They want the dude to pay. They want the dude to do all this horse shit. What is the reward at the end? A size 18 with a worn out, hosed out crevasse.
Yep.
It's so used up. They got to hang, a air freshener off of their belly button stud just to keep the stink down.
Not to mention they're popping head meds like they're fucking eating Skittles.
Do not date a woman who takes head meds. Do not date a woman who takes head meds of any kind.
Yep. It's bad. Gonna be a bad time. Really bad time.
Not going to work out for you.
Number 5, using the I don't know excuse. Girls like to play dumb for a variety of reasons: attention, laziness, or manipulation.
Mostly
That is true.
manipulation.
Mostly manipulation. When she says she doesn't know how to build an IKEA table or how to use the remote control, it's most likely because she wants the guy to do it for her.
Correct. And when I was blue pill, I fell for that shit quite a few times.
Yep.
Changing tires, changing oil. I fixed a couple of water heaters, a dryer. Man, I was a simp. Ugh.
Yeah. It's like you don't know how to put IKEA furniture together. The instructions are right there. They tell you exactly which screws go in where. Peg D goes into slot C.
That's
Sometimes it goes into slot A as well.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's after though. That's after.
That's after. Yep. Yeah. It might set us back a few it might set us back a few feminist decades, but in some respects, it's actually used to our advantage. She knows what she's capable of, which includes pretending she doesn't.
That's just manipulation shit right there.
Yep. Oh, the period card.
The excuse to be a biatcha.
This ought to be good. Also known as the headache in some older circles, the period excuse is one of pretty self-explanatory. Beware of the menstrual cycle that lasts longer than 10 days, though. That's usually a bad sign.
Yeah, listen, women use that all the time. Well, I'm PMSing. I'm sorry, I was a bitch. Or I lost my temper. And they expect you to be like, oh, yeah, okay. Most guys will do that when they were blue pill thinking, yeah. No. Because we can't do that. We can't go, my balls hurt today, so fuck you, cunt. I mean, that's not going to work out. No.
It's 2023, Pop. Men can get periods now, don't you know?
If they want equality, then they're going to have to lose the period PMS excuses.
Yep.
I don't care if you have cramps. Run a few. I don't care.
Take a Midol and some water and walk it off.
That's right.
Number 7, tagging along with the boys. She's got her long-standing group of guys that she feels totally comfortable being with, and for the most part, he does too, or at least he's really good at pretending that he is. The reverse is more unlikely to happen, however, as boys are generally less interested in hanging around solely with girls. Just another way we women are #winning.
First of all, if you have a girlfriend, wife, fiance, and she's got a bunch of male friends, you need to have a discussion. And if it doesn't go your way, she will no longer be your fiance or girlfriend or what have you. Because listen, men and women don't really work out as friends. There's usually an ulterior motive somewhere.
Yep. The satellite dudes will be doing their satellite thing just to get a swift of the poon.
Correct.
Using sex as a tool. Oh, gee, no. Deny a woman sex and she'll figure out a way to satisfy herself with a shower head, a cucumber, electric toothbrush, banana, carrot, any phallic shaped object.
Yep. Dishwasher safe.
Yep. Deny a man sex and he'll be at your mercy begging for it. No, he'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go have a couple beers in the garage and whack off a couple. So
pretty much.
I'll be in it.
Go out and find some strange.
Yep. The bedroom battle isn't. Yep. Go ahead.
Before I got married in my 20s, I really didn't have a problem in that department.
Yep. Yeah, me. I got a problem with that, but you know what? I don't care. I don't need sex to function, and I'm happy not having the drama. So, winning. The bedroom battle isn't the most sophisticated way to get what you want, but it's definitely effective.
Yep. Listen, women always use the foreplay, which is really chore play, meaning they want you to do shit before they'll give you the poon. You're being manipulated. That is not a good situation to be in. Cut her away.
Yep. I actually saw it wasn't a meme, it was more like a post. This woman had a chore list written up, and everything that the man did, he got a nice little shiny sticker. And there were different levels. He's like, oh, you do these week's chores, so you get a lap dance, and then this week, oh, you get to relax for the weekends. And the very bottom one, he had all done, says you get a blowjob. Like, yay! So I get to cut the grass, mow the lawn, trim the hedges, clean the gutters, uh, wash the cars, wash the dog, walk the dog, pick up the dog shit, and then you'll suck my dick.
Yeah, you get 15 to 30 seconds of "Oh, baby" after you work your ass off all day.
Yeah,
Not worth
thanks.
it.
Totally worth it in trade. Yeah.
Nah.
Number 9, feeling insecure. When a girl shows her vulnerability by admitting she's feeling a little insecure, she's really just expressing her need for her significant other to give her extra support. And if he's the man in her life, he'll want to show her that additional affection. When the
Well,
guy is feeling, good.
most women are insecure, and a
Hmm.
lot of them are insecure to a high level, and they expect you to deal with that all the time, and that gets old quick, gentlemen.
Yep. You'd be walking down, walking with your lady down the mall and whatnot. You just happen to glance over. You're like, oh, I smell Cinnabon. And there happens to be a cute girl working at the desk, and you look up at the menu. She's like, "What are you looking at her for? Look at looking at the menu. Don't you smell the cinnamon rolls? Let's get a cinnamon roll."
I'd be like, "I'm looking at the buns."
I'm looking at the bun. Those are some nice buns. They need some icing. When the guy is feeling insecure, however, it could be a huge turnoff to the girl he's dating, especially when it escalates into a large behavioral issue. A mildly insecure girl needs someone to depend on, but a mildly insecure guy needs to learn some independence.
Well, first of all, if you're an insecure man, you're not really gonna have a lot of women in your life because they will not respect you.
No,
Just won't.
no. Go to the gym, get healthy, eat healthy, go for a run,
And kill your feelings.
kill your feelings.
Yeah, you
Yep,
have to kill your feelings.
yep. Then the women will start to notice you, and yeah, you'll be all right, man. Number 10, getting jealous. When a girl gets jealous, it can be written off as cute and non threatening or even flattering. When a guy gets jealous, it's viewed as unfounded and controlling. Sorry, guys, you can't win them all.
Well, when a man really gets jealous, people get shot.
Yeah.
I've
And
seen it in Detroit. It happens.
yep. And when a woman gets jealous, that's when the claws come out and weaves start getting pulled and hair goes flying everywhere.
Yeah, and I
But
find that exceedingly unattractive.
yep, that's okay. I'll just sit back with my popcorn eating and be like, yeah, this is a good show. I sure hope a titty or two doesn't flop out.
That always happens.
Always. Oh man. But faking it. Women are good at doing this.
Uh-huh.
This just comes down to the gender discrepancies in anatomy. Men who fake it and get away with it must be really, really good or bad at what they're doing. I'm sorry, men don't fake it. They get hydraulic issues when you say or do some stupid shit.
That's right. Yeah, especially when you get older, the hydraulics don't work as well.
Yeah. Number 12, not saying what she means. Women can be really hard to figure out, which is made it even harder when we don't fully disclose how we're feeling. Men are usually understanding and perceptive when she withholds her opinions from her partner. Women, however, will demand from her partner the entire truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth until it's finally revealed. Yeah, well, bitch, sometimes you can't handle the truth.
That's right. A lot of men are not trying to lie to their women intentionally. They just don't want to tell them the truth because they know as soon as they say the truthful words, the drama will get turned up to 10. And men like their peace and tranquility.
Motherfucker.
What's wrong?
Fucking fly flew in my goddamn water jug. Fucking bastard. I'm gonna go get a fucking new one now. God damn it. Fuck you,
Murphy.
fly. Number 13, playing the damsel in distress. The horror of feminists everywhere. Women do still act helpless in specific situations to attain what they want. Men, on the other hand, are all too happy to oblige. And while it does come down to a personal cost, she won't protest him lifting the heavy stuff and doing the dirty work for her.
When I am done, men are not going to do that anymore. That needs to come to an end. They wanted equality. Well, equality is figure it out.
Yep.
Plain and simple.
And if you haven't heard, well, let's just say a woman, we can probably, we'll take guesses on what color skin she has afterwards, faked her car being broken down. A couple pulled over, attempted to help her, and this woman shot and killed the man right in front of his girlfriend.
Wow.
Yeah. So premeditated murder. Yeah, I would say death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, not sorry. You wanted equality? Well, there you go. Yeah, that story made my blood boil. That's why I don't pull over for people on the side of the road.
Nope. I don't either. If I don't know you,
I don't know
it's
you.
not happening, man.
I'll give you a salute and a Godspeed. Good luck.
Yep.
But 14 shopping sprees. Who holds the most credit card debt in this nation now?
That's
Again,
right.
Pop, remind me.
That would be the split tails.
Women can easily justify spending an exorbitant amount of money on any article of clothing, accessory, and shoes. If the man splurges on new digs, he better have the cash and swagger to back it up.
That's right.
I'm sorry. So
well, we did that video, male shopping rules. Like most men, and I do it myself. I'm like, okay, I want to get this particular product. I go online, I do some searches, I confirm it's somewhere nearby. I can go look at it. I do a quick reconnaissance, look it up and down. In the back of my mind, I'm working the numbers. I go back home, I think about it, and then if I want it, I come get it the next day or in the next couple days or next time it's on sale. Women, they let, oh, that looks cute. And they start buying shit. It's called the Cudge factor, keeping up with the Joneses or Jamal. Women are motivated by that because they care what their friends think of them.
Yep. It's very easily for a woman to be walking down the mall, happen just to look into a dress store, and in that big open window, they see a dress. Oh, that's cute. I better try it on. They go and try it on. It fits perfect. It shows off all of their curves. They look at the price tag. Oh, that's only $650. I got a credit card for that. Then I need to get shoes and a handbag for one outfit that they're going to wear one time, maybe once a year.
Yeah, that just blows my mind.
So that's $650 minimum, I'm guessing. I don't, chick shop for a dress. Probably another $150 to $250 for a handbag, and another $80 to $85 for a pair of shoes. And men, yeah, give me that shirt, give me those blue jeans, give me give me the New Balances, and we'll wear those for years.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Like I think I have 3 actual suits, and I have my old banker clothes, which is suit and tie, business casual, and I haven't worn that stuff in ages. And of course, I have my dress blues and dress greens, which I'm keeping around to get buried in. That's about it.
Yep. And me myself, I think I've got like 3 or 4 nice like button-up shirts that I'll wear whenever I go out. Go out to the brewery, have a couple of beers and whatnot. Nice pants, blue jeans, and that's it.
Yep.
No suits. I'm not fancy, man. Ugh. But I think 14 and 15 can coincide together. They're wanting too many things.
Yeah.
She's going to occasionally act like a princess because enough Disney films have made her this way and told her she's worth it. And he'll go above and beyond for her because he genuinely feels good treating her that way.
Hmm.
Talk about walking around with a parasite that you don't know is sucking you dry, and not in the fun way.
No. And look, I don't understand this. Look, men, you have to realize most of the women that you're going to have in your life are parasites or dependents. Most of them. And that's, 51 to 99%. You just got to accept that fact. If you're going to decide to keep one around, you're going to be paying for that shit forever.
Yep. It's not about placing high demands all the time. It's about indulging her every once in a while and taking pleasure in that. I'm
Complete
sorry,
lie.
but if you give in to her high demands the one time, she's gonna want them all of the time.
Yeah, it's like an avalanche. The first little bit of snow starts falling, and then in the minute you say, I can't afford it, she's shopping you for a new cock.
Yep. 16, flirting for a drink. She's not doing to piss him off or make him jealous. She's simply doing it because she can and it's free. Guys, don't rant because you can't.
Whatever.
Hang on, I'm gonna put on my say that again because stupid doesn't stick twice phrase. Okay, I'm done. Believe it or not, I've gotten free drinks at the bar for just being with the person that I'm with. They're some friends that they know, their chick friends come in, like, oh, let me buy you a drink, and they introduce me, like, oh, I'll buy you a drink too. Okay, I wasn't gonna be mad if you didn't, and not mad if you did.
Yeah,
Like they said, a free drink's a free drink.
that's right.
Yep. And the last one here, forcing you to partake in really girly activity. She's really good at convincing you to see that latest rom-com with her, or go ice skating, or wear matching snuggies while holding hands watching Bravo.
All
But
right,
that's relation.
the rom-com, I could do that. Ice skating with my back, that's never happening again. Not doing it.
No, I could do the ice skating, but it's gonna be very short because I'm a very skinny guy and I don't like the cold. But I'll do it. But that's relationships, and that's what it means to put someone else's needs above your own. She just wants him to be there by her side. Lucky for us girls, he doesn't feel the same way when it comes to fantasy football and poker night.
Because the women say that, why don't you take me over to your friends? And then when the one time they come over and hang out with your friends, they ruin the entire thing. Because you can't be yourself. Your buddies can't be yourself. They all have to be on their P's and Q's because now there's a chick in the room. Nah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's going to be locker room talk. There's going to be some bad mouthing going on. There might be a fight or two, or at least guys wrestling around on the ground. You don't need women around for that. That's a bad idea.
Gonna have a bad time. Man. Speaking of bad times, we'll delve into more double standards here, except for these are 33 toxic sides of double standards in relationships.
Let's read a few chats. We have some YouTube chats.
All right, we'll jump into the chats here. All right, let me stop that real quick here. I'm gonna jump in here. Let me start over here on there we go. We got a Chad the Impaler with $2. He says, abortion is like a fetish to the left. That it is.
It is.
Yep. I got a Donna Hannaford, $2 Australian. Pop, I did send an email about my t-shirts.
Yeah, I remember that one. We're trying to get those fixed. So
yep, there we go.
We got to find a new vendor.
Yep. Hopefully we'll be able to get those out to you guys here very soon. Because I'm thinking I want to add on to my Redonkulas swag collection. I've only got a couple shirts. Let's see. G-Man, $7 says, haven't been able to attend live most nights, gentlemen. New job, but I always catch the rebroadcast. Here's my lunch bunny, and go Evil Shaggy.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, good sir. I got Dungus phone with 2 back-to-back here. This first one says, you have a girlfriend and you have morning wood. What do you call it? Breakfast in bed.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, okay.
yeah, nothing like a little throat yogurt to start your day, ladies.
Yeah, an AM mouth hug with a head bob.
There you go. Second one here says, Pop, you're going to rate them all a 4.
Come on.
Come on, man. He's a little bit nicer. You give him a 4.5.
Maybe.
Count Shad the Impaler with $2 says chivalry in the in dictionary before confused and cuckold.
They all start with a C.
There you go. Jump over here to Rumble here. Digital Do with $3 says, hi guys, hope everyone is kicking ass. Vid sent quiet evening tonight, much needed.
Yeah, listen, men really appreciate their peace and tranquility.
All right, looks like that's the only one on a Rumble. Let me jump over here, see if I can find them. Yeah, get these downloaded here real quick. And while those are downloading, I'll jump over here to Odyssey. Oh boy, we got us got some memes here from blankets here. Let's see if I can. Where's that? There it is. Got Oprah not happy enough with $2 billion in destroying Maui.
All right.
Yeah.
This is what I think of Oprah Winfrey. All right. I remember watching her in my youth in the 80s, and she puts on a really good front, but my gut is telling me that there's something behind the curtain that just is very, very unsavory. So,
Well, she is a billionaire, and usually there is some unsavoriness going on between all of them. Let's see, got a blanket. Oh, there's a nice Black Widow for you. There you go, Pop. There's a nice redhead for you.
I'm retired.
Retired. Let's see, got some jubblies in the pool. That's all good. Got a agent of social media chaos says Dove should have been man-codded into oblivion when they put out that woke body positivity video in games ad a few months ago. Yeah.
Well, when it comes to Dove soap and piss and garbage products, I pretty much do everything in my power to avoid them.
Yep. Same here. Jump over to the other chats here. Got a few over here on MGTOW. Got a MGTOW Mando here with a couple. He says, Poon in politics. I hate to ask this, but aren't all current politicians an insult to cats?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. They're an insult to everything.
All right.
His next one says, Jimmy, you'll be getting into her. I thought you only did that in cornfields.
That's a good one, man. That was a good one.
Touche. Yeah.
Good burn. Good burn. Quality.
Allegedly. Crazy Uncle says, hey, Pop, perhaps one day you can have a call-in show where military guys talk about those little things that made their service tolerable. Well, what used to be tolerable.
Okay. Well, all I can tell you is people are getting out of the service in droves now, and they are not making their recruiting goals.
No.
They're fucked.
No. And banning the Sound of Freedom on the base but allowing drag queens in there is not helping the cause.
That's ridiculous. It's redonkulous. It's wrong and ridiculous, therefore it's redonkulous.
So bad. Iron Riddle here says, my parents came to visit. My 3-year-old runs up to my mom and says, I am mommy's princess and I am daddy's little one. And I call my daddy Papa and mommy calls me cock block. My mom's shocked and I ask, so how was your flight? Would you like some tea? My LTR looks at me with a little giggle and says, why are you blushing? Teasing, I say, fuck you, twat. She flirts back, yeah, you can fuck my twat later. Sent in a story.
Okay, that's kind of something you don't want to be doing in front of your mother or mother-in-law. Just saying.
Yeah, no. Let's see here. The right one. Nope. I think it was which one was it? No, it's in here somewhere. Or was it this one? No, that's not it. Pretty sure. Well, what the heck?
What?
Damn it. I'm trying to find his story here. Is that it? Yeah, it's got to be it. Yeah, that one's got to be it. Pretty long one here, though, but we'll burn through it. Says, Pop and Blake, please share. I made it a point to take a daily dose of red pills because I got tired of them for suppositories. For example, I was an E5 stationed at Cherry Point and a loadmaster on the C9s. As a recruiting tool one year, our unit would take the silent drill team and the Marine Corps drum and bugle corps to high schools around the U.S. and perform during the football halftime shows. So we flew to Virginia, picked up these highly trained E2s and E4s, a handful of staff NCOs, and obligatory O3. 150 jarheads, about 20% women, and all their gear were on our way to small city flyover state USA. The halftime show was rather stunning from the local high school marching bands starting off. Bugle Corps, second, and drill team third. Sorry. Font's a little small here, hard to read. Those of us aircrew tried to blend in to the football crowd in our urban camouflage, but were unsuccessful. We were being swarmed with high school jailbait, single mothers, and some not so single mothers for our time and attention. Girls this good looking wouldn't even looked my way when I was in high school. Add a few years, 20 pounds of lean muscle, and along with the frame of the halftime show / celebrity status, and we almost needed a security team. Don't get mad, disgust, nor be ignorant of the sexual marketplace. Understand it so it doesn't kill, destroy, or devour you. Overused phrase. It is what it is.
He's correct.
After the show and being aircrew, I had keys to one of the 15-passenger vans. I took 3 van loads of young jarheads to a local venue. You can stuff an ass load of jarheads in a 15-passenger van. This was the largest designated driver responsibility I have ever had in my life, now 65 in all. It was my duty to make sure a bunch of drunk poles and holes made it back to the hotel. I was in Sergeant Protect the Troops mindset, so I sat myself in a dark corner near the dance floor and observed. No fights tonight would be a very good thing. After getting through my second Pepsi, a young 6.5 came over to me and said, you don't look like you're having a good time. I'm thinking to myself, I'm on duty, and it didn't even cross my mind this woman was hitting on me. I told her, no, I'm having a great time. She looked confused and walked away. About 20 minutes later, another woman approached me and said, you don't look like you're having a good time, for which I responded the same. No, I'm having a great time. And again, it didn't cross my mind that I was being hit on. Then it kept happening about every 15 minutes or so, and each woman that was better looking and sexier than the last until it was all 9s and 10s approaching me. Holy shit, 9s and 10s getting pissed when you don't give them what they want.
Yeah.
I'm still in duty mode, and I didn't realize I was getting hit on and not very red pill aware. All I could think of was, how odd is this? Why do they keep saying the same thing? With red pill awareness, each woman I rejected, my value increased and the perception of their minds of the women that were watching me. It was nearing 1:30, and the venue population was clearing out. So I made my way over to the bar table with another Pepsi to wait for closing. I struck up a conversation with a cute woman who was sitting at the bar. So instead of shouting across the table, I told her, join me. Not realizing I was being an alpha by telling her what to do, she enthusiastically complied. She was there with 4 girlfriends, and she was the designated driver. So we laughed about how we were both babysitting tonight. We walked to the door together. At last call, I told her to go get her car and park it next to mine while we waited for our passengers. Again, not realizing I was being an alpha. She enthusiastically complied. By 02:30, the venue staff had locked the doors and left, leaving only two of us and our vehicles in the parking lot. I had an uncomfortable feeling, realizing there was a good chance of a few Marines I took to that bar were getting balls deep in her friends. I said to her, I guess your friends all found rides tonight.
That's what you're calling it.
Yep. Knowing what I meant, she squirmed a bit and she looked at her feet. Yeah, it looks like they did. The early morning turned into an impromptu date. I parked the van over at the hotel again, and then we went to get something to eat in her car. After that, she drove us to the park with a small river running through it. She tells me she loves to come here alone when she needs to unplug. She was very cute, and we did have a connection. She was also intelligent, which is a weakness for me. At
Mm.
5'4", 110, hip waist ratio was less than that of zero point 0.7. I could almost touch my thumbs and fingers around her waist. Her braless A tits didn't even push her thin sweater away from her flat abs, as her nipples shone through in the cool fall air.
Ah,
She was a really strong 7 with C's or D's, a 9. I was 6'2" and very lean 190. We eventually got back to my room, and I gave her less than a 5 dick. Really, Pop, I promise, less than 5. She behaved as though it was the best sex she had ever had in her life. She laid next to me with her arms and legs wrapped around me, like she was fighting a hurricane from blowing away. Meanwhile, the couple in the other room, one next door, sounded like she was getting the 10 plus dick. Yeah,
she's getting stabbed.
never give more than the 10 dick, man. By the time the sun come up, she didn't want to leave and cried, begging to see me again. I refused because her life was 1,000 miles away from mine, and I had enough red pill sense to never do a long distance relationship again.
Amen.
Perhaps I will do that story sometime. My blue pill logic told me she was clingy and desperate, which needed to be avoided. Red pill logic tells me now she had some genuine burning desire for me because of my alpha behavior that came from the mindset protecting my Marines. I did not sim for her, and she earned every bit of my time and attention. She stepped into my frame, felt safe, protected, and she had nothing but respect and admiration for me. If you pay attention, you can see this in a woman's eyes when she looks at you. She possibly even pair bonded with me in that short time.
Mm.
She was ready to go pack up her apartment and move to North Carolina to be with me. Who knows? She could have been a really good long-term relationship material, but I was at the time a blue pill simp that would have eventually come out. She would have lost all respect and admiration for me over time, and would have a monkey branch to a worthier male. Red pill truths. Women want men that other women want. When a woman is in your frame, she will do practically anything you tell her to. Be responsible with that as evolutionary trait. If you tell a woman to do something and she gets pissed, she is not in your frame. She
Nope.
does not respect you, and likely will never will, or is a feminazi. Either way, walk away. She is not worth your times. Best regards, Iron Riddle.
All right.
It's a good story, man. Good story.
Yeah, I got. Listen, I've done that so many times.
Yep.
I've been that to go pick up all the drunks. Yeah.
It happens, man.
Yeah.
I've had to go pick up my drunk friends too, and that was not fun. Let's see. Link Soy Jack, he sent in $5 with some YouTube links. Sorry, we're not going to play those tonight. Copyright stuff and whatnot. But thank you for the donation. Link Soy Jack, another $5. He says, "Pop, what's up with tyrants refusing to shower? Karl Marx, Mao, and Hillary Clinton are notorious for smelling bad."
Well, I know Hillary Clinton stinks to high heaven because I have actual friends of mine who are on their Secret Service detail in the White House. And one of them actually refused to ride in the elevator with Hillary Clinton because her breath smelled atrocious. It stunk up the entire elevator. And
Uh,
as soon as he was eligible to transfer off that detail, he did.
I couldn't. I don't even know if I could stand being in the same room as that woman, let alone
No, that woman is
these.
the epitome of evil. Ah!
Like Beetlejuice, you say her name enough, she's gonna pop up.
All right, all right.
It's Single for Life. It says Citibank workers clash with climate activists outside New York office in protest over fossil fuel funding. Okay,
Oh, okay.
so that's what that was. Let's see. Crazy Uncle says, I still say if you want the right to vote, you have to do the following: be fully retired from the military, police, emergency services, cannot be an advisor as it means you have a conflict of interest, or be a landowner for no less than 10 years. Your thoughts?
Mm. Well, I'm a firm believer is once you put on the uniform and you're standing in the ranks, you have skin in the game because what's being asked of you is the same thing that was asked of me to write a blank check to this country up to and including your life. And I would argue your immortal soul. And that, at the very least, should earn you the right to vote.
Yep. Like I said, if you pay your taxes, we all know that taxation is theft. Um, yeah, if you put money into the system, you get to vote how the system works. If you take money out and don't put anything in, fuck you. Go find a job.
That's right.
Let's see. Crazy Uncle again with one. He says, my friend's cat decided to claw the shit out of me when I was visiting. I got so mad I threw it outside in the rain. When his wife screamed, "What did you just do?" My friend, my friend that had to help pull the cat off me, now my now bleeding arm, screamed, "He just made your pussy wet." After a moment, the wife said, "At least someone can." After the spit, beer, and catching our breath, everyone there gave them both high fives.
That's pretty funny, actually.
That's a good one. Let's see.
Mm.
Iapetus with a couple bucks here says to add to the IKEA instructions that Jimmy started, whatever you do, don't don't put the slot A to the slot B.
It never works out, man.
No, no,
Never go ass
uh,
to mouth.
no, never, never. Link Soy Jackie's got a couple here in a row. It says, I like to cook French food. How many homo suspicion points do I get? I would say none. I would say none because
No, I mean
French.
it's surrender monkey food.
Yeah,
But other than that, I'm not going to give you a homo suspicion point for it.
yeah, if you can cook good food, man, no problem here. The second one here says, are there any more administrative violence webinars besides the divorce and workplace? Are any
Actually,
more planned?
I'm putting together one basically administrative violence military edition.
There we
And
go.
that one's going to require I have to get a buddy of mine, and then he and I have to sit down and write it out because you have the law, the Constitution, then you have regulations. And once you know the regulations and all the other two, it gets pretty easy to log jam a bunch of stupid shit that's going down in the military.
Yep. And that answers his second question here. Says, are any more planned for the future? Then he finishes this up with, my brother married a born again single mom. I know he's going to be red pilled the hard way because the horror's brother tried to warn him.
Wow.
Wah, wah, wah.
He's got to be dick thinking.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
oh man. But I believe you already answered this one, Pop. But Mando, he's got a question. Does Hillary stink due to BO and hygiene or due to being a lich?
Well, at her age now, I would say she's a lich. But back when
And
she was the first lady, it was, at least my buddy told me her breath was just atrocious.
Yep. And because he asked.
I hate that one.
God.
God
Oh,
damn.
it's terrible,
It's
man.
a lump of
Terrible.
vomit in my throat every time I see that cunt.
Yeah, same here. Let's see. Looks like all caught up on YouTube over there. Let's see. A couple more over here on Odyssey. Got a cheap kick a bitch of the Slapaho Nation. Says Oprah sucked up to Harvey Weinstein so unsavory does not begin to cover it. He never raped any of those actresses, but
Yeah. Now listen, do I think Weinstein beat down, raped these girls? No. He basically was paid to play, and the cost was vag and Poon. And
yep.
all he did was guarantee that they would be shown the door, and it was up to them to walk through and become
Yep.
successful. And if they were unable to do that, it wasn't his fault. And down the road, when these women got bitter because they're old and poor, powerless, they turned on him, and now he's in prison.
Yep. Fun times. Let's see then. God damn it, Jackal. You need to quit changing your name, you asshole. Brigadier Black Snoopy Ears. That kind of rhymes. I like it. What up, fatty fullest first sergeant and cougar crushing evil Shaggy? Booty shipment and four memes in the gay mail. Nebraska cornstalk. Cop stop shoving bodies in the Dahmer fridge, and then the flies will go away. Also, Pop, dunging with cysticular machine gun fire in your direction. Mouth. Bastards.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, man. And last one here, we'll jump back into the articles here. More fun than Barrel Monkeys says, back in my day, AD&D days as a DM, I actually got rolled up in an artifact as a random treasure, the hand of
Vecna.
Vecna, the hand of
The hand
Hillary.
and eye of Vecna. Oh my God. Those are, if you get both of those, you are a powerful motherfucker in that game.
Yeah. And then he finishes it with the hand of Hillary has a rope and a gun. Sometimes then it's an electrical cord.
Yeah, man, that brings back memories, man.
Never. I was never that big of a nerd.
I was. I enjoyed it. I still enjoy it.
Yeah. But one thing that I just found so delicious before we jump into the actual article that we were here to talk about tonight. But we all know that AOC is an annoying, opinionated cunt. Sounds refreshing,
but it isn't.
Well, let's just say she's caught up in her third ethics complaint. Simon Ateba, the same African chief White House correspondent that they tried to kick out, tweets out. Far left rep AOC referred to her fiance Riley Roberts as her spouse in disclosure forms filed this year. However, her office clarified that she had never been legally married, potentially violating house ethics rules. She mentioned Roberts to her as her spouse when discussing their travels to various countries, including Japan, South Korea, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, and Italy, in findings of the Health Ethics Committee. Is this something that bothers you or even interests you?
Well, I mean, that's pretty minor.
Yeah, but this is her third.
Yeah.
You know, once is a coincidence. Second is a what is it?
A pattern.
I was gonna say I thought it was the third was the pattern.
The second's a fuck up and third's a pattern.
Okay, that's what it is. So I just found that interesting because I despise that socialist cunt with every fiber of my body.
But in the grand scheme of things, that's pretty mild.
Yeah, it is pretty mild. But be sure to grab yourself a beer for this one, gentlemen, because like I said, this woman is well, she got busted getting busted on.
Yeah.
Democrat running in Virginia election has online sex videos exposed. Illegal invasion of my privacy. No, you posted them on Chatterbait,
That's right.
and everything on the internet is forever.
Forever.
Suzanne Gibson, 40, said in a statement that leaking the videos was an illegal invasion of my privacy designed to humiliate me and my family.
You should have thought of that before you were taking throat yogurt on camera.
And accepting tips.
Yes.
In more ways than one.
You're taking tips in both hands and in all your holes.
I don't know. What do you think, Pop? Would you give her a 4?
I don't know. How old is she now? 35, 36?
40.
40?
Yep.
Well, when she was 22, 24, she was probably a solid 8. And I would give her a 6 now, maybe 5.5.
That's pretty generous of you, Pop. Pretty generous. But a Democrat candidate running in the Virginia General Assembly has condemned reports that she performed on a pornographic website with her husband while asking viewers for tips in return for carrying out specific sex acts. Susanna Gibbon, 40, a first-time candidate in a high-stakes race for a seat in the House of Delegates, issued a statement on Monday calling the exposure of the videos the worst gutter politics and an illegal invasion of my privacy designed to humiliate me and my family.
Okay, hang on. Politics has always been a dirty, backstabbing, throat-cutting, deceiving, betraying game. I have no idea what country you grew up in, but if you had an idiot box in front of your face since you were a kid, you would know these simple facts. Jesus Christ. I'm starting to get pissed off here.
Excellent. Yes. Use your anger. It won't intimidate me and it won't silence me. The nurse practitioner wrote in the statement to the Washington Post, my political opponents and their Republican allies have proven they're willing to commit a sex crime to attack me and my family because there's no line they won't cross.
What sex crime? Is she literally saying that because somebody pointed out the fact that she has porn on the internet, she's calling that a sex crime?
That's what her comment is.
What a stupid bimbo.
It comes after the Post and the Associated Press reported the videos of the live streamed online sexual activity from one pornographic site was archived on another site. Oh, that's where the sex crime came in. Because they're stealing ad revenue and Chatterbait from getting their 2 cents from tips while she's getting tipped.
It's not a crime.
No.
Sorry.
No. According to the screenshots reviewed by the Associated Press, Ms. Gibson had an account on Chatterbait, a legal website where viewers can watch live webcam performances that feature nudity and sexual activity. The Independent has reviewed the screenshots purported to be from the videos posted to the Chatterbait account, but was unable to independently confirm their authenticity.
Of course they couldn't.
Shocker.
Get the hell out of here.
The videos reportedly showed Ms. Gibson and her husband, John David Gibson, having sex and then pausing to ask viewers for donation called tips or tokens to watch private shows or see more specific sex acts carried out. So how much did you get paid for it for your husband to put it in your butt?
Listen,
$3?
In today's day and age, I know it's more accepting now for people to do stupid shit like this, but I'm sorry. I hope she loses this election. It is
she's
stupid.
But Pop, if she loses, that's because people fucking exploited her sexuality, and we need to fuck off.
Stop the whining.
Yep. I remember back when Democrats were complaining about Melania and claiming she was a prostitute when she was just modeling. Well, hey, Democrats.
Well,
I was a prostitute and you're defending it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she was with her husband, right? So it's technically she's not a prostitute.
She was having sex on camera for tips. I'm calling her a prostitute.
All right.
amateur. Okay, I won't go that far because she wasn't getting paid, to fuck someone else. She was fucking her husband. We'll call her an amateur adult film star.
Yes, that's more accurate.
There. Now that it, just so I don't hurt anybody's fifis. They don't like the P word.
We retract the prostitute
Yes,
comment.
Yes, we retract that and replace it. In at least 2 videos, she tells viewers that she's raising money for a good cause. Campaign donations? Because I'm pretty sure that's unethical.
I don't know. I don't know the rules about that. That's just insane. Just all the rules about raising money and what you can do with it. I don't know.
Yeah. According to the Post, more than a dozen videos posted under Miss Gibson's Chatterbait username were archived on a publicly available site, or Recurbate, on September 2022, the month after she announced her candidacy. The most recent were 2 videos archived on September 30th, 2022, but it's unclear when the live stream occurred, the Post reported. Miss Gibson's attorney, Daniel P. Watkins, told the Post that disseminating the videos is a violation of Virginia's revenge porn laws, which makes it a crime to maliciously disseminate or sell nude or sexual activity images of another person on the internet to coerce, harass, or intimidate.
I'm sorry. If you're going to do that kind of shit and put it on the internet, you just need to take your lumps. You're an idiot. Now you're paying the idiot tax. It's just that simple. And I believe for it to be revenge porn, it has to be a former partner. That's the revenge porn.
I was gonna say that's the revenge.
Yes,
revenge porn.
That's revenge porn.
Yeah.
Now, do I think that is fucked up? Yeah, I do. I mean, it is what it is, but people are dicks.
Yep. But people are dicks, but case in point, the subject of the topic, people are also stupid.
Yeah.
It's illegal and it's disgusting to disseminate this kind of material, and we're working closely with the FBI and local prosecutors to bring the wrongdoers to justice, Mr. Watkins said. The Independent has reached out to Mrs. Gibson's campaign for comment. So this marks an explosive turn in a race that will carry significant weight in determining the balance of power in Virginia General Assembly. Ms. Gibson, who won a Democratic primary in June, is running against Republican businessman David Owen. She has said it was the Supreme Court's 2022 decision overturning Roe v. Wade that propelled her into the race. I'm sure this is a difficult time for Susanna and her family, and I'm remaining focused on my campaign, Mr. Owen said in a statement in a response to the news, according to the Associated Press.
Well, I wonder if that stuff is still out there on the archive channels. I wonder if they took it down yet.
Yeah. Perhaps, maybe, but someone out there in internet world has pretty much everything that she has done on camera downloaded.
More than likely, it'll be scrubbed of the IP addresses and the MAC addresses, and it'll be put up on the dark web, and there it will live forever.
Yep. And it just baffles me that Democrats are coming out saying, "Oh, what you're doing is unethical," and
they always do that. They always do that because guess what? Politics is a dirty fucking game.
Yep.
The reason the Republicans are not doing as well as the Democrats is because the Republicans have been trying to play clean. We have to stop doing that. We need to fight as dirty as the Democrats. It sucks, but that's the way it rolls. There's no longer a place for taking the higher ground. Of course, it's 100% my opinion.
Yep. But of course, she goes back with and says, "It's not about the sex, it's about the lies." What lies?
There's a comment here saying it's still up, and she likes pies, cream salty, not sweet.
That's nasty, man. That's just nasty, bro.
Oh man, that was a good one.
That's nasty, bro.
That was from Thumper, the sweaty fat guy.
That's well, Thumper's the one that introduced Billy Von Baum to Chatterbait. So
No.
if you guys go over to Billy Von Baum's shows and hang out for the after party, be afraid. Be very
He's very
afraid.
afraid.
Be very afraid. But Politico asked Tuesday, so what if a candidate live streams sex acts with her husband? And I might agree, except that the media is describing Democrat Susanna Gibbon as the victim of a leak, and she's playing along. Yeah, you can't really claim a leak when you click live, take your clothes off, and take your husband's diaca.
It would be
money.
one thing if this was taking place in like her bedroom and somebody got like a hold of a private video and then released that. That would probably be a revenge porn. But the fact that she was selling it or performing online for tips, that case is going to go nowhere, even if they find the person who did that. And it could be anyone because it's on an archive site and anyone with fingers can fucking find it. Like, this is ridiculous.
Wrong and
Lord.
ridiculous. Yep. Democrats and their media allies are trying to divert the debate into one in which sex is the issue rather than honesty. Republicans are being cast into the stereotypical role of scolds. New York Times, meanwhile, said that Gibson is the candidate for a Virginia House of Delegates, has been the victim of a leak of sex tapes. No, we've already covered that.
And they're lying.
Yep.
If you do it online and somebody else sees it, it's not a leak. Get the hell out of here.
But Gibson performed publicly and raised money doing so.
Yeah.
She published the tapes herself on a live webcam website. Gibson has played along with the lie, condemning what she calls illegal invasion of my privacy, designed to humiliate me and my family. Perhaps she has a copyright claim against whoever reproduced the videos on another site. Okay, that she could have some standing on, but it's still not a leak. But she did not have what might be called reasonable expectations of privacy.
No, she didn't.
Because she put it out there herself.
That's right.
Better to own the story rather than hiding from it. Arguably, she made her fans happy. There is a whole school of thought around the Ornpay positivity. Besides, in today's hyper-partisan politics, many of her voters might not even care. Democrats will still vote for another Democrat, regardless of any other factor. Republicans are often the same.
And that's why we're fucked.
Yep. Her online career could even be a positive. In a political world where heterosexual sex, never mind marital sex, is marginalized in favor of alternative genders and sexuality, Gibson might have something interesting to add to the conversation, but she's avoiding it, blaming others for political gain. Aww. Blaming others not accepting responsibility. Geez, that's a double whammy. Democrats or politician and woman.
Listen, I have no idea what the hell this woman was thinking. If you have something like that in your background and you decide you're going to run for public office, you are out of your cotton picking mind if you think people aren't going to dig that dirt up. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. I mean, hell, how long did they drag Trump for, grab him by the pussy?
Years. And to be honest, that's just locker room talk. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like I've said before on this show many times, I don't agree with a lot of Trump's talking points. All right. He could do better. But other than that, I don't care if there are prostitutes lined up around the block, sucking his peg D through a hole in the screen door behind the White House. As long as my gas is cheap, the economy's going well, and you're not weaponizing the government against its own citizens, you do you.
I would agree with that. Let's see here. People have the right to think whatever they want about Gibson's career. The media and Democrats are increasingly comfortable with censoring the truth. And that's the problem, not the sex.
Correct. And what publication was that?
This was on Breitbart.
Okay, Breitbart.
Yep. And
All right. Now,
finish.
how much sympathy are we going to give this woman? None. You got to pay the stupidity tax. And I hope your parents are no longer alive because they are probably horrifically ashamed.
I know I would be,
Mm-hmm.
but we'll finish this one off with a little bit of some good news. But Senator Warren and Rep. Spappenberger won't say if they'll still support Susanna Gibson after online sex scandal. And it's not a.
They shouldn't.
It's no,
No.
no.
Listen, if she's this stupid and making these kind of bad decisions, and she's just a physician assistant or whatever the hell she was doing, what do you think is going to happen when you give her real fucking power? You give her like that kind of power, and she's got poor decision making ability. It's a recipe for a slow motion train wreck. God damn.
Yeah. And these are both Democrats, believe it or not. Senator Mark Warner and Rep. Abigail Spappenberger, both Democrats of Virginia, did not respond to queries on Tuesday whether whether or not they still support Susanna at the Democrat candidate for the Virginia House of Delegates after revelation that she engaged in online sexual acts for money. So again, amateur adult film star.
Correct.
The Washington Post on Monday broke that the story of Gibson live stream Smack Shacks. Yep, we've covered that. The report said she encouraged viewers to pay them for a specific request with tips.
Mhm.
Of course, we covered that again. She is a nurse practitioner, a mother of 2 young children, who is running in a highly competitive suburban Richard district.
God, those poor kids.
That's not going to be good for those kids.
That's not gonna go well.
No.
No.
The Post reported there were more than a dozen videos of the couple captured from the Chatterbait website and archived on another site. Soliciting tips is an apparent violation of Chatterbait's terms of service and conditions. In at least 2 videos viewed by the Post, Gibson tells the video she is raising money for a good cause.
Mm-hmm.
Gibson posted 2 photos with Spappenberger, one with Warner, to her Instagram account, which she made private on Tuesday after Breitbart News contacted Warner's office about the photo.
Nice. Oh, wow.
Trying to run and hide, but you can't hide.
Run and hide.
However, there still is a post from Spappenberger just 3 days ago where she appears next to Gibson saying, "Fantastic night supporting Susanna Gibson."
I could just imagine those 2 kids having arguments with other kids in their class, and they look over and they're like, "Well, your mother sucks cocks in hell." And the other one's like, "Well, your mother sucks your dad's dick on the internet, and I saw it last night."
Yeah, there's no coming back. Yeah, there's no coming back from this.
No.
So she might as well just put her big girl panties on, even though she's more used to taking them off.
Yeah.
And accept it.
That's right.
Like she accepted that load of her husband's spunk on her face.
Fitting thug life. Fitting.
But and it ends up here with Gibson reposted that post, which remains up as of Tuesday.
Oh my God. That is just nightmare fuel right there.
Yeah, it's
wow.
Bad. I mean, I don't condone, women doing these kind of things. No, I'm not going to participate or partake in it. Whatever you do, you. But for crying out loud, if you're want to run for public office or any kind of politics, and you do this kind of crap, and it comes back, people are going to find it.
If I decided to run for a public office, they would use my videos, take all kinds of shit out of context, and crucify me on the totem pole of stupidity.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Jesus Christ.
Man. Yeah. Well, that was it. It for the articles there. I'll jump back and we'll cover up some chats here.
I think we got a few more.
Yep. See, I got hot dog 401 with $10 Canadian. Hope you're doing all good up there, good sir. It says check Baldur's Gate 3 pops. Rock on. 513 out.
And we got a cash app here from Mark Vomineers. $1. He says, I want to see more live save. Thank you. Well, we got one more in the works. We're going to probably read it next week.
Hell yeah.
And then we read the other one, and I don't think it rose to the level of saving their life. It was more like a gratitude letter that, they were listening to a lot of my content and helped them through a lot of dark times, which I'm totally cool with that as well.
All right. And Jackal, if you're still in the chats, send your memes over to the Redonkulas side of the emails. I do not have access to Blake's email, just to let you know.
Yep.
Let's see. Count Chad the Impaler with $2 says Biden Fetterman 2024. It's a no-brainer. Well, if you looked closely at the video of Fetterman, when he got so he's so shocked that they're going to impeach Biden. Look at his forearms, and then look at past photos of the actual Fetterman. Connect some dots there, gentlemen. I'm not saying he was cloned. I'm just saying there's
something weird going on.
Pretty shitty body double, if you ask me.
Oh, and I'm gonna put this out to all the people watching this. Rumor has it that a U.S. F-35 was involved in the attack on the submarines in Crimea over in the Ukraine. I am trying to confirm it. It could be rumor mill. I don't know. But if we were involved in that, it could be really bad.
Yep. This is bad, right?
Before we start the stream, I text my buddy here. Let's see if he answered me.
Yeah. All right. I'll just back into the chats here. Duncan's Fun just jumped in. He says, don't pass out before you pull out. That's a good one. That's a good one. See, jumping over to Rumble here, got Steve OUK with $2. He says, look up Texas Rep Wendy Davis, aka Abortion Barbie. Her second hubby raised her kids while she was off at college. She filed for divorce literally the day after he paid off her student loans.
Are we shocked?
No.
I've heard hundreds of stories like that. That's why if you're dating a woman, you get a PI, get a credit report. If she's got a boatload of debt, she's not the woman for you.
Yep. Looks like jump over here to MGTOW, see if anybody was there. Let's see. Iapetus with $1 says, I think the quote you're looking for is 1's an incident, 2 is a coincidence, 3 is a pattern, 4 is enough for some boot to ass. Yeah. That's the quote I was looking for.
Unless you're in the regiment and then you get boot to ass after the second time.
Yep. All righty. Doesn't look like we got too many other chats here. But let's see. We can do a quick head count here. We got 305 over on the U-Boobs.
All right.
479 over on Rumble.
Okay.
59 on MGTOW.tv. 11 on DLive and 12 over on Twitch.
Excellent. All right. We're all caught up. We covered everything.
We are all caught up. Actually, yep. Let me do this before I forget. Odyssey, I did not forget about you. Also, in Jackal, if you could send those memes and whatnot over to the Redonkulas 12 email. And we got some digital do videos too to get through too. Also,
we got a guy here who's saying, "Pop, run for school board, dude. I'm serious. I spend one evening a month, about 3 hours. I do what I can to stop the commies fucking kids up in their thinking meat." I love how my lingo is like spilling out into the real world.
There you go. Hell yeah. Let's see. Jumping over to Odyssey here. I don't want to forget about you guys. Chief Kick Bitch, the Slapo Nation. 1 is happenstance, 2 is coincidence, 3 times is enemy action Aruik Goldfinger.
Hmm.
Never heard that name before. More fun than a barrel of monkeys. It says a muscle car is a good cause. She can raise money for my '68 Barracuda. Yeah,
That's a nice car.
hell yeah. Chief Kick Bitch says the bitch has 2 children. I wonder how old they are. If they are of high school age, they're going to be savaged by the other kids.
Oh, yes,
No
they
matter
are.
how old they are, it's humiliating.
It's going to go down.
Yep. More fun than barrel monkeys. Says it's obvious that she does not love her children. She whored herself out, knowing that the internet is forever, and her kids will suffer for her actions.
Yes, they will.
All right. Yep. That was a barrel of monkeys comment that you covered there. So, all righty. Let me bring up these videos from Digital Duke here.
All right.
Take a quick peek at them here.
If they're copyrighted with like music and stuff, probably shouldn't put them on here.
No.
We're on YouTube.
Yep. That's right. Let's see. The first one's about 1:12. I think we'll be good with that one here. Let me bring it up. Screen. Boom. Bang. So USDA organic now allows glyphosate in organic hydroponic food production. Oh, that sounds great.
What the hell is that?
So the USDA is now
Roundup.
allowing glyphosate or Roundup to be used in organic hydroponic food production. And what's interesting is a lot of this hydroponic food that's being grown now for production is being sold to restaurants. It's another reason why we got to grow our own food for our friends, for our families, for our communities, and also utilize the soil. The micro food web is way superior than any hydroponic gardening. I actually did studies on hydroponic gardening when I was in college, and it's not the best way to grow food. We know that we need the mycorrhiza and all this stuff in the soil food web to make nutrient-dense food. But at the end of the day, this is the kind of crap that we're seeing that's being put out. And the only way we're going to overcome these obstacles is to grow our own food in Mother Earth, learning how to grow food the most nutrient-dense way possible.
All right. Yeah, he's absolutely correct.
Yep. That and well, you know, I don't condone this, but I would understand. Someone taking a baseball bat to quote unquote the machine and making the machine stop. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. That's
Let's
messed up. That Roundup, I mean, that's going to wind up haunting us for decades to come.
Oh yeah, I've seen a few commercials saying, "Oh, have you used Roundup and have developed leukemia, kidney cancer, liver cancer?" And I was like, "Yeah." And why is this still on the shelves? Why?
I don't know, man. We need to figure it out.
Yep. We'll go on to the next one here. This one ought to be good. Another independent woman breaks down when reality sets in.
There we go.
I quit at being independent. I don't want to do this shit anymore. This shit is draining. I'm so ready to have a man come into my life and take care of me. My tires pop. 2 of my tires pop. And I'm sitting in my car because I don't know what the fuck to do. Obviously, I know what the fuck to do, but I don't want to do this shit anymore. Like, I'm ready to have someone come into my life and take care of me. This shit is so fucking draining. This independent life, like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. I quit because every time something happens, I always have to figure shit out on my own, and I don't want to do that shit anymore. Yeah. Ya renuncio, ya no quiero ser independiente. Yeah. I want to be spoiled and taken care of because I shouldn't have to be stressing about shit like this.
All right, stop it right there. This is what's going to happen to a lot of women in just a few short years. Because guess what? You wanted equality. So all I can say is get your fucking ass out of your goddamn car and change your own fucking tires. Because we no longer care. Wah. Nah, man. We need to get rid of the white knights. Serious. I mean, they've ruined our country. They have ruined the civilization because they insist that they are strong and independent, equal to men, even though they can't exist without our tax dollars, and they live in a system that has been designed, built, and maintained by men. They are so out of touch with reality. I cannot wait for reality to catch up. I hope I'm there to see it because I will laugh my balls off.
I'll bring the popcorn and beer. Let's see here. All right, bring up this third one here. But yeah, this one, also, if you haven't heard, U.S. moves to advance prisoner swap deal with Iran and release $6 billion in frozen funds.
Boy, do I have a story for you guys today. Joe Biden and his administration just agreed to give $6 billion to Iran in exchange for prisoners. So if you ever heard that old story that America doesn't negotiate with terrorists, well, actually, yes, we do. Under Joe Biden and his administration of Democrats, we absolutely negotiate with terrorists now, and it's disgusting. And let me warn you, be careful where you travel to because it is about to be open season on American citizens abroad. Why wouldn't terror groups or unfriendly countries greenlight the kidnapping of American citizens now to get in on this kind of cash? They absolutely will. Don't fool yourself. Oh, and I don't know what's up with the number 6, but Ukraine is also the beneficiary of receiving $6 billion more in funding. Meanwhile, in America, we've got these knuckleheads telling you to give your money to help save Maui instead of our government doing something because they're too busy giving our money to Ukraine and Iran and whatever other terrorists Joe Biden has buddied up with. Oh, and by the way, Joe Biden still has not visited East Palestine after the chemical disaster there, right here in the United States of America.
Yep, that dude's a dick.
Fun times. Fun times indeed. Last video here. Oh. I've seen this one before. Oh, this is a good one. Touch screen, audio, share, boom. All girls are bi.
All girls are bi. You just need to find out if she is bipolar, bilingual, bisexual, or just a bitch.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, let me see here. Not seeing you the memes from Jackal, so we might have to cover those another day.
Yep, we might have to do that another day. Also, there's no stream tomorrow. We're taking the night off.
Yep. All right, let me jump back over here to Rumble. Rumblies and the tumblies. Professor Blake Pooh Ass Blaster 3000 for $1 says, "Pop, thanks for the videos."
All right, cool. Thank you.
Yep. All right, scrolling down here. Looks like that covers all of them on Rumble. Let's see, over on MGTOW.tv, best chat on the internet. You guys are missing out if you're not over there. Kira Ninja 00 says, I think all politicians are considered public prostitutes. They get paid for certain services.
I would have to say you're correct.
Yeah. But, during Joe Biden's speech today, he doesn't like the word public servant. Yes, he did say that, and he went on another old man's yelling at the sky ramble rant. And prepare accordingly, gentlemen. That's all I'm going to say. I Paytis says, here's a question: since the two-way rifle range here is on soil, is getting more difficult to initiate, do you think they will start a war with some other country to compensate?
I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them. I really wouldn't.
Nope. Well, it's not like, West African countries are completely kicking every single French person out.
Yep.
And military coups are happening over there. So never know. We might be dropping bombs over there. So yay. And last one here on MGTOW, Eric Rendoza 204 says, always cayenne pepper in the condom to throw in the wastebasket.
Or horseradish. Somebody else did that.
Yeah. Horseradish. That is a very nice
thing, man.
Just say, man, you guys are missing out on MGTOW chat. Good stuff over there. Distracting, but good.
Yes,
All
I
right.
was just noticing that.
Just noticing, yeah. All righty, that looks like that's going to cover it for the chats tonight. So, all righty. Hang on, let me jump over to Odyssey. Nope, we are all caught up there. So,
All right.
Pop,
All right,
safety
everybody,
briefing.
safety briefing. All right, don't drink and drive. Don't drink and swim. It doesn't work out. If you have to fight, don't go to the ground because that you get stomped out. If you can, just run away. Okay, your life is not worth your pride. All right, now you better rack up, pack up, and stack up. Keep your head on a swivel. Maintain your situational awareness because shit's going to get real out there. And if you're by yourself and you're not paying attention, well, guess what? You probably have a bullseye on your back. So pay attention, you dumbasses. All right.
And if you decide to go into politics, don't be an amateur adult film star on the internet because it will come back to bite you in the ass. All righty, gentlemen. Take it easy.
Take it easy.